Welcome back. This is the weekly Churn. I'm Ryan,
I'm Jerry.
and there's a lot going on in the world today. Big news that I could see was SpaceX. They're about to send up another rocket.
Yeah, I like how you almost said they're about to throw another rocket up there and see if it doesn't blow up this
Yeah, I
time.
was gonna say hopefully it doesn't blow up this time, and it's exciting for me because it means the possibility of space travel. Personal space travel in my lifetime. I might not ever be able to actually afford it.
It is
But
absolutely.
if you could see, billionaires, even millionaires going up into space and saying like, "Oh, we're on our way to the moon," or "We're going to this other space station," or "We're just circumnavigating the world," basically, because
Just to try it.
you can do it in 2 hours. Lift off one spot and set down in the other side of the country or the other side of the world, and be safe. The idea that that's even a possibility is just huge for, my kids and your kids and
It is.
our grandkids.
I also feel like it's phenomenal because private money means innovation. When you have, I know John Glenn passed away this year, but they said, one of his famous quotes was as he was getting ready to go up was like, "Hey, I'm sitting in this giant missile, right, with a little fish tank on top, and it's built by the lowest bidder." Basically.
Yeah.
And so you've got privatization, you've got innovation going on. People are going to try to find new materials, they're going to try to find new equipment, they're going to try to find new safety protocols. And yes, there's going to be risk, and yes, there's going to be loss, and there's going to be heartache, and there's going to be problems, just like there is with civilian aviation. I mean, planes are very, very safe, but they're not 100% safe all the time.
Right.
I just hope when it's time to launch into space on a rocket ship, I don't have to take my stinking shoes off to get through the metal detector. I hope by that time somebody solves that problem.
It'll be a chip, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, track your whereabouts all the time, and then when you visited the wrong space, then you'll be able to say, "Hey, what were you doing over here?"
But it's phenomenally exciting, and like you said, it's happening in our lifetime right now. There's news stories all over the place about it. But just private space travel in general, I think that's one of the coolest things going on in the world, this week. Nationally, we looked at the speech that President Obama gave in terms of
his farewell address.
Farewell address. He's leaving office in a week.
Yeah.
And he has a legacy as
well. Some people are going to say worst president. Some people are going to say just as a civil rights president. Some people are going to say he was a great man who did nothing, and some people are going to be really happy about everything that he did do.
Sure.
Whether it's Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act or something that may not exist in the same form here relatively soon.
Opening up relationship with Cuba and Iran.
He was the president of the United States, and that's something that, being the first African American president, he's got that legacy, and hopefully it's not based solely on his race, that he was able to basically make a mark in U.S. history. I mean, he's only the 44th. We got another guy in line who's the 45th, and if you got to think about all the millions of people that have lived and died in this country since we were made a country with a president, the odds of anyone becoming the president are so astronomical. I mean, it's more so than any lottery.
Worse than the lottery, for sure.
So it's I voted for him 8 years ago as a president of change, and I voted again for a president of change this last election, and we've talked about that. But he came into office with a lot of problems. I mean, there was a lot of problems already there from before him, and he got reelected to try and continue to work on the problems. And as a citizen with a voice and freedom of speech, I'm going to say that I don't feel that he was extremely successful in his mandate. He didn't do everything that I wished for him to do for me as a human being in this country. And I've seen the consequences of that type of thinking, where people think that he's completely negative, and I've seen the positives that people think how he was able to accomplish things that other people have never done for them. So it's not one person that's going to fix the world. I mean,
Right.
it's all of us collectively, and there's more people on a daily basis that are so angry about things, that it just makes us. It kind of sucks, but it sometimes you just have to look at the small things and
fix what you can fix,
Fix
right?
what
Like
you
I
can
think
fix.
you said, like to look at any one person, man or woman, regardless of race, regardless of education, and say that somehow they're going to fix all the problems. And it doesn't matter if it's a principal or a mayor or a congressman or a senator or a governor, or it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to fix all of the problems. It's like saying you can fix all of the problems that you have.
yeah.
That's not real. You can fix a problem right now, and you can
Or at least work on it.
you can work on it and risk that positive change, and then do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean so it's if anyone can fix it, it's a small group of people here locally that working on the FBI's payroll.
Oh yeah, that was
They're trying to find old DB Cooper again.
yeah. So if you don't know, DB Cooper was a famous hijacker back in the late 70s. He hijacked a plane that was transiting, I believe it was from Seattle to Portland, and he held them up, and he took the money that they had on the plane, and then he
Jumped out.
He parachuted out the back, out of a landing or a loading gate, basically,
Yeah.
and he was never found. And they found some cash, and it's like the longest open cold case, I think, that
Right.
one of the longest open cold cases.
But now they've got his tie.
45 years,
And
and
they
they've
say-
got all his stuff, and they say what they do?
They super micron analyzed his clip-on tie, clip-on guy had style, and it had some particles on it, rare earth metals in 1971,
Titanium.
pure titanium, and everything. And so they're supposing that he might have worked at Boeing, which would be I don't know how related that is exactly, but
Well,
he
they have
was
some
a-
military contracts. Maybe they're thinking that some of those particles were,
Yeah.
he was involved somehow. So.
I think it's kind of circumstantial though, because he was in an airplane that may or may not have been a Boeing. So there's a possibility they didn't clean up their job too well in the 70s. I know they have pretty high standards now, but that's what you come to expect, is that they're going to grasp at every little straw until they.
I
get
kind of
an
wonder,
answer
like,
that makes
how
everybody
much
happy.
money are you still spending on that case?
Well, they have to keep it open. I mean, it's unsolved, and as long as evidence is presented, they cannot not look at it.
I guess I just feel like sometimes we, it's like Charles Manson is sick, supposedly, and he went to the hospital. How much money you pay to keep a dirt bag alive?
Right.
But we have freedom of speech, so I can say dirt bags.
It's all for.
Other than that, yeah. So that's kind of the local story that's going on up here in the Seattle area. Other than that, go Hawks!
Go
and,
Hawks!
And we've got a big game coming up this weekend. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe. It helps us show up in search rank. It's free to do. And if you like what we're doing, hit that thumbs up. And if you don't like what we're doing, hit the thumbs down. Leave us a comment. Let us know, what we're doing wrong and what we can do to improve. And we're absolutely going to read that stuff. But thanks so much for watching. We appreciate your time.
Yeah. Troll on. See you next time.